So we'll begin with the next topic, the continuation of the few more derivations in the vectors. Okay. So in previous class we have come across which are the topics? Numericals related to vector addition. Correct, no? Vector addition and components of vector, finding the magnitude of vector, then finding unit vector. Okay, these are the basic numericals which we have come across, and in this video you will be coming across the next part of this particular chapter, which will come even more closer to the numericals. Okay, so here first topic which we are going to study about is vector joining 2 points. So any 2 points which is there in the 3-dimensional coordinate system, here and here some random 2 points are there. So a line is imagined to join these 2 points. That line will have its direction also. So that line itself is called as a vector point. Correct or not? So any random 2 points on the 3-dimensional system, an imaginary line joins to those 2 points. It has direction also, which means there's a line joining 2 points or vector joining 2 points. Okay. So in order to find out an equation for those 2 points, which is joined in the 3-dimensional system, we are going through this derivation. So this derivation might be asked also just for 2 marks maximum, or they can just twist and ask like find out an equation for line joining 2 points in a coordinate system. So in that way they can ask if in the point of examination also. So just listen to this carefully, and it is very easy, so nothing big deal in that. So understand this, then remember it quickly, so it is easier topic for you. Okay, so we'll begin with that. So let us assume there are 2 points. There are 2 points in the coordinate system. I will draw this roughly as well in one side. Imagine this is the 3-dimensional system, that is in your classroom itself we can imagine, and this is the origin point. This is my x coordinate, y coordinate and z coordinate. Okay, so 3 coordinate systems are done here like this. Then imagine there are 2 points, one point and another point over here. I will join these 2 points from one direction to another direction. One of the point, let me name it as P1, as you can see they have given it like that. Another point they can name it as P2. So let me assume the first coordinates or the points of the first coordinate, the coordinates of the first point. Okay, the coordinates of the first point, let it be as x1, y1, z1, which means it is having a point on x-axis as x1, y-axis as y1 and z-axis as z1. Okay, so these are the 3-dimensional coordinate system of point P1. Another point, let me assume P2, let it have a coordinate of x2, y2 and z2. Okay, and let me assume a line is going to join from P1 to P2. Make sure the direction is going to be very important point over here. Why? Because in vectors you need a direction as well. So let me assume that the line is joining from P1 to P2, which means the arrow mark is joining from P1 to P2. Okay, so remember it like that first. Then let me find out, or let me join the position vector of P1. Position vector is nothing but an imaginary line joining from any point on the 3-dimensional system to the origin, and this is nothing but my position vector. Okay, and another position vector for P2. Okay, so first position vector it is nothing but OP1. Another position vector, it is nothing but OP2. So the actual vector whose equation you need to find out is P1 P2 vector. Okay, so remember it like that. So this diagram is also equally important for you all to understand the derivation. So first thing is 2 points you need to know, that is P1 and P2, which are there on the 3-dimensional system, which are having the coordinates x1, y1, z1 and x2, y2, z2. Join these 2 points and then again draw the position vector for these 2 points, and also make sure the directions are all proper. So directions from this one will be O to P1, then P1 to P2, then this is O to P2. Okay, the directions are correctly marked over here. Then after this one is looking like a triangle, isn't it? That is O, P1, P2. So these 3 points form a triangle. So I can apply the triangular law of vector addition. So for that, let me consider the triangle OP1, P2. This triangle I'll consider. I have told you all in triangle law of vector addition, the two continuation line sum is equal to the opposite, the third side of the triangle, which is joining in the opposite side. So that I can tell that OP1 plus P1 P2, OP1 vector plus P1 P2 vector is equal to OP2 vector. Okay, so this one OP1 vector plus P1 P2 vector is equal to OP2 vector. Then in this, what I can do is I need this vector, isn't it? That is P1 P2 vector. So I'll shift the other position vector OP1 vector to the right hand side. So what will happen is only P1 P2 vector will remain here. OP2 vector minus OP1 vector will be here. Clear? So next step is to find the equation, but for position vector, let me write the position vector components here. OP1 vector components is nothing but these are the coordinates, correct? No? So direction ratios are coordinates. With the help of coordinates, I can find out its components, that is x1 I cap, then plus y1 j cap, plus z1 k cap, correct? This is what we have learnt in the previous video. Next, in this one, I can take it like this, that is x2 I cap plus y2 j cap plus z2 k cap. Clear? So these are the components of the vector. Let me write it at one side once again so that it is not very confusing for you all. So this point I will name this as OP1 vector. OP1 vector will have its components as x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap. Then OP2 vector is going to have the components as x2 I cap plus y2 j cap plus z2 k cap. Clear? I will substitute these components into this. So it will happen something like this here. OP2 vector is x2 I cap plus y2 j cap plus z2 k cap minus here OP1 vector x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap. Okay. Now this comes to the subtraction of two vectors in the component form. The subtraction of two vectors in the component form means I just have to subtract the components of those vectors, which means it will look something like this: x1 minus x2 I cap plus y1 minus y2 j cap plus z2 minus sorry, this is a mistake. It is 2, right? Yeah. So 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1, and then again z2 minus z1. Okay. So this is the formula for my vector joining 2 points. This is in the component form. This is the component form of the vector joining 2 points. So then again, it is easy for me to find out the magnitude of this vector. The magnitude of this vector is nothing but square root of the first component square, x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square plus z2 minus z1 the whole square. So this is my magnitude of the vector joining 2 points. This is the component formula of writing the vector joining 2 points. This is the magnitude of vector joining 2 points. Then this is the whole derivation for vector joining 2 points. So remember it. It is nothing but if two vectors are joining like this, the end point of the vector will be P2, isn't it? From here to here it joins. So if you want to find out the component of a vector, you need not go for full derivation, nor you remember the formula also. You need not remember the formula. You can just remember the pattern. It's something like this. The second point minus first point, the whole second point minus first point I cap, y2 minus y1 j cap, z2 minus z1 k cap. Done. That is the vector equation. So vector equation is done. Easily you know the formula for their component. The magnitude. Magnitude is nothing but their component square addition. Then take the square root. Clear? So you need not by heart the formula, nor by heart the derivation. Understand how it is derived, and then understand the pattern what it follows. Okay. One example I can take based on this. So they are telling here there is a vector which joins from P and Q. Find PQ. So there is a unique way of asking this question also. They will ask this question in something. They'll give you 2 points, okay? They'll give you 2 points, P some point and Q some points. What they'll do is they'll give you in the question that find a vector which is directed from P to Q. Directed from P to Q. That means it will be directed like this. Okay, I will draw it like this. This is P point and this is Q point. Clear? That time the Q points will become x2, y2, z2. This will become x1, y1, z1 in this formula. That's what I meant. Okay? So, if at all they had given, that is this one they have given it as PQ, right? This PQ is nothing but P and Q vector like this. If at all they had asked you to find out directed from QP, okay, or if they asked you to find out this one, the direction something like this would be from P to Q, like Q to P. That time whatever the value in the P will become x2, y2, z2, and this one will become x1, y1, z1. Clear? So understand this difference in these type of problems. Make sure you read this clearly. Find what are they asking you to find out, whether it is PQ vector or whether it is QP vector, because as you know PQ vector is not same as the QP vector, it is negative of that particular vector. Okay, so also they can ask you, as I told you that time, it is nothing but directed from P to Q or directed from Q to P. Read the full question clearly and then start solving the problem. Okay, so this becomes a very simple problem once you have understood the question. So after this, they are asking in this question itself, in this example, they are asking you to find what is PQ. So I will find out what is PQ easily. That is, I should write the formula once. Always in a problem, make a habit of writing the formula once. So then directly substitute and get the answer. Since I have written the formula already, I will just directly substitute the formula. That is, this will be my second point, correct now? This will be x2, y2, z2, and this will be x1, y1, z1. So x2 minus x1, minus 1, minus 2, I cap, plus minus 2, minus 3, j cap, plus minus 4, minus 0, k cap. Minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3, I cap. Then this will be minus 5, j cap. This will be minus 4. This is your answer. And in case if they ask you to find out the magnitude also, directly you can substitute in this formula. Square root of 3 square or minus 3 square, whatever, minus 5 square minus 4 square. Okay, then find out whatever is the answer for that. Clear? So this is the important topic. Suddenly in any question they can ask you, find a vector joining 2 points. This important topic itself, so it can be asked in any point. Clear? So understand this vector joining 2 points. Derivation as well, then the pattern it follows, then the main important thing is you need to read the question clearly. So that is the major mistake most of the students do. They do not read the question. They sometimes ask QP, but you end up finding PQ vector. That will be a totally wrong answer. They will not give you even 1 mark for the formula, since you have not understood the concept. Okay, so let me know if you have not understood anything. Please pause the video to note this down, and then we will move on to the next topic.